Albert Einstein once said, "Those who have the privilege to know have the duty to act." My entire life, I have been hyper aware of my privilege. My naive young mind constantly sought understanding as to why all lives did not get the same opportunities. I recognized there was nothing inherently special about me or others that looked like me to justify an altered life experience. Even as a young kindergartner, I understood if my peers couldn't understand the teacher, they would struggle to learn the information. Or if the teacher couldn't spend time with them, they would fall behind in the learning we were expected to achieve. While the lessons of equity were presented before me, it wasn't until coming to the United States that I learned of systemic racism and how it impacts everything. Again, naive, I believed it was all being addressed in the education system. But then I became a teacher, and within moments, I realized how wrong I was. Instantly, my activist heart was jumping on fire after fire. I just didn't truly understand, but knew something must be done. Here I am now, finishing my 11th year at Mill Creek Middle School, 7 years deep into extreme community involvement, and nothing has changed about the fight within. But everything has changed about my awareness, my instinct, my knowledge, and my approach. I am well seasoned in the drippings of conflict within this district, and I've been sharing these concerns and ideas since before I was a teacher. From public comments at school board meetings, to media communications, from being the spokesperson for 27 KSD for Change, from being the founding president of the Scenic Hill Neighborhood Council, to asking the city, the school board, and the district for transparency and accountability, I have tirelessly and fearlessly stood up for change throughout the city for one reason: because advocacy is essential to achieve equity. I never asked for my privilege, but I have it, and if I do nothing with it, then my complacency will be my crime. I cannot be complacent for the voices of staff in Kent School District who have begged for change. I cannot be complacent for our teachers of color who have asked, "Where is the accountability? You told us you care about equity for us and the students we serve, especially the ones who look like us, but how is that happening?" I cannot be complacent for our counselors and our specialists who privately message me in fear for their jobs and the workloads that they cannot sustain. I cannot be complacent for our staff within the LGBTQIA+ communities who keep asking for consideration and representation at the table. As a former building rep, I learned much about the union and its traditions and its values. I revere the representatives and the leaders who choose to volunteer to guide and lead and protect. I have deep respect for my opponent and his heart for this work, as well as the members that work with him. For the last 3 years, I have spoken publicly and privately within KEA circles asking, what if we tried something different? It is possible to have strong leaders with very different approaches. As long as I have been in this district, I see patterns of people nominating peers, and when those terms are up, they nominate a successor. Legacy successors are a strong political approach to leadership, but not the only way. When I am in the community and speaking to teachers, I hear phenomenal ideas, as well as not so apparent concerns that need to be brought to the forefront. During the strike, when I told people I was standing for our students and mental health, I understood if these were not a top priority, as teachers, we would struggle within classrooms and caseloads trying to meet the needs where we lack the resources and the power to support. I knew if nothing was done about this, we would continue to lose our mentor educators while also losing motivation in our students. I meant it. We all did. That is why at the general meeting, I stood up and I said, I am not ready to vote yes on the contract because I promised my peers I was there for them as much as they were there for me. I feared agreeing to a contract with them without an MOU for counselors was risky. I had hoped renegotiation with a deadline for an MOU would guarantee protections for them. That did not happen, and they are still waiting for theirs. That same evening, people I don't even know messaged me, hugged me, and cried to me. They shared their fears and frustrations and disappointments. I heard repeatedly that they felt let down by us. Our bargaining team fought hard and certainly did their best. I believe it is time to shake things up and reconstruct the bargaining process. Let's give the bargaining team some fresh strategies. Let's give the district some new expectations. Let's focus on this education system and where it is failing us and how we can tweak it to meet the needs of all teachers, all students, as well as KSD's visions. Let's stop counting on hope to get through. Let's start right now with the mega transitional year. Let's not accept a slow and steady approach to change. Let's envision excellence and press for it. Let's be a part of their solutions and build a career within a district we can take pride in. I want to say I'm proud to work in KSD, and I am tired of the rolling eyes and the jeers. I want our students to be proud of their schools, and I want their parents to trust their teachers. I want schools like Mill Creek and KM to get the same opportunities with the necessary resources to say KSD truly believes in equity. And I want to know that everyone can say that without hesitation. If elected KEA president, I will regularly attend school board meetings to monitor the narrative as it is presented to the community. I will challenge the district to positively align that narrative with the agreements of our contract as well as the needs of our staff. I will prioritize the mental health of both staff and students while making the lens of equity and safety the deciding factor for all needs and negotiations. We know what serves students ultimately serves teachers as well. I am looking to work within the system for systemic changes that heal relationships between the district and unions, as well as increase community morale and student motivation, while also providing teachers a pathway to career excellence. This is as big as a dream that I can get, and I hope we all can share this ideal no matter how different we are. If you know me, you know this is a sincere commitment. I will make mistakes, and I will absolutely own them. I will embrace the most difficult conversations no matter how uncomfortable. But I will fight for you with the promise of equity and change, and I believe that is truly possible, and I hope you do too.